Tarot Tribe, it's Ethany, and I am back with another unboxing and first impression video of the Lunar Nomad Oracle. This is by Shaheen Miro, and I actually had the absolute pleasure of meeting this fine person while I was at the Reader's Studio in New York. And can I just say that sometimes, like, when you meet a creator, it can be like a really great thing, and other times it's like, oh, you weren't kind of what I expected. I was really pleasantly surprised when I met the lovely Shaheen, and I can't wait to walk through this with you. So the box, it's got 43 cards, and it is based on the Lenormand system. So it's a nice box. And you can see here it's got the book inside as well. So it'll keep the book and everything very protected for sure. So it's got a 43 full color oracle cards and a 160 page Lunar Nomad Guidebook. So I'm going to, as I normally do, I'm going to swap cameras now, and we're going to go through each one of these beautiful cards, and we're going to have our first impressions of the Lunar Nomad Oracle. Okay, so now we're going to go through the cards of the Lunar Nomad Oracle. So I've showed you the box already, so I'm just going to open it up here, and so actually, when you get the packaging off, it's a matte finish, which is really beautiful. And then, so that slides the, oh, pretty. So we have two parts. We have the book and the oracle deck. So I want to have a quick look at the book. So we've got a nice long book here. I mean, look at that good looking person, seriously. So this, as I mentioned before in the first part, is based on the Lenormand system. So we've got part one, an introduction to the lunar self and solar self, and how to use the oracle, then the meaning of the cards, and then part three, how to become a lunar nomad. The oracle was the map for the journey, writing the story of your lunar path, reading the story of one card, 3 cards, 9 cards, tips for making the most of your lunar journey and enhancing your lunar connection. And we go to forward by Teresa Reed. And then let's have a look. So we've got a lot, I think, as you can probably imagine, with the name of the deck being the Lunar Nomad. For those of you who like working with the moon, I'm sure you're going to really enjoy that. So then we've got the lunar self, the solar self, glowing in the dark. I love that. How to use the oracle. There are 3 layers of symbolism: universal, general, and personal. Interesting. Reading the cards. In the Lenormand system, the cards are traditionally like individual words. When strung together, they form sentences. So again, this is meant to be read in a more Lenormand fashion. So there is a little bit of how to work with the cards, and then we move into each one of them. So I'm not going to go, I don't want to ruin what they look like. And then I'm going to come back to the book at the end and have a look at a meaning. So we got oracle as a map for the journey, writing the story here, writing the story of your lunar path, reading 1 card, storytelling with 3. So it's got some good stuff here. What does the present look like? How are things unfolding? So there's some good questions that you can ask while you're interpreting the cards. And then storytelling with 9 cards with a layout. Then tips for making the most of your lunar journey, using significators, context, and then enhancing your connection, so how to work with the deck in a more magical way. I think they were affirmations. We have a list of affirmations in the back there, one for each card. And then cleansing your deck, treasuring the deck. There we go. Awesome. So we're going to have a look now at the actual cards. So it's the book. Now the cards come in this little box here with a kitty cat. And they're shrink wrapped. It's alright, they're not too bad to get out. You know me and shrink wrap. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know me and shrink wrap do not have a very friendly history. So this is the back of the deck. Here, which is a keyhole and the moon. They are large cards, so they are yeah, quite big. I think they're one of the bigger Oracle deck cards that I've actually ever seen. And the card stock is quite thin. So shuffling is going to be interesting. They are a thinner card stock and they are large, because even if you choose a standard card stock and you have a bigger deck, it doesn't feel the same because there's more surface area. And I know that from doing the Awakened Soul Oracle, where I had to up the GSM in mine because they were larger. You know, it's not always easy to navigate size versus card stock and all that kind of stuff. The images are stunning. So you have number one, the rider. So beautiful. Clover. And if you're familiar with the Lenormand system, you will see that system in here. And we have, as was said in the book, there are a number of layers done in the artwork. Ship. Oh, I love that it's a hot air balloon. So we have the map, we have the globe, we have the compass, we have the hot air balloon. So lots of things connected to the ship. House. So unlike the traditional Lenormand, we don't have the playing card associated. Oh, the tree. So beautiful. These animals around. But I like that it's just the actual art. Clouds. Oh, cute. Like, so we've got the perfume. A perfume cloud. Snake. I love snakes. More than one snake in there. Coffin. So the raven, a timer, and an urn, by the look of it. Bouquet. Shears. Whip. The imagery is so beautifully done. I love the vintage feel of it. Birds. Like that aesthetic really speaks to me. I think it's a really beautiful aesthetic, and it's done really cleanly and really well. Child. Oh, I like that with the music. What I also really like is that the words are really big. Fox. So you'll know very quickly what you're looking at, and that's kind of what you're meant to have as a more Lenormand system, is something that's very easy to decipher. Bear. Having a tea party. and very Beauty and the Beast-like. Stars, oh, I love the octopus. Oh my gosh, I love that. I think that might be my favorite one so far. Stork. It sounds so beautifully. I feel like I could look at some of these cards and see just lots of layers in them. Dog. His master's voice. I remember the puppy. Tower. They're very beautifully done. Garden. Mountain. Pathways. Is crossroads. I really like that pathway. Which way you gonna go, baby? Mice. Oh, heart. Oh, with the bees. I might have found a new favorite. Oh, I love the bees. Ring. Oh, I like that. Book. Letter. Man. Woman. Oh, another man. There we go. I like having more than one significator for each one. I did that with my Lenormand deck too. And then I had person for someone who didn't identify with either. And then we have woman and woman. So you choose, normally what you would do is you would choose one of the card that resonates with you the most, and you'd use that as a significator. So you'd use one man and one woman. Have 129, 128 for your readings. Lilies. Sun. Moon. I like that a lot. The fungi and the faces on the moon, more than one face on the moon. Key, and that's beautiful too. I mean, the artwork is so stunning. I'm really, really drawn to it. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful deck. Fish, with all those riches, which is often connected to money and things like that. Anchor. Cross. Aura. Oh, I like that. So now we're heading into new territory. Bat. This is not a traditional Lenormand card, bat, but makes total sense for a lunar themed deck. Umbrella, which is the cover of the book, which I adore. Familiar, which is the cover of the box where you keep your cards, and of course there's a beautiful black cat and there's a spider in the background too. Not so fond of the spider, like the cat. And the Seer, number 41. Alright, so let's give this deck a shuffle. I mean, for those of you who have, I mean, I don't have the largest hands in the world, but I've gotten very good at learning how to handle a big deck. I mean, there are ways that you can shuffle, you can hold it and shuffle it this way. You can riffle shuffle it the way that I do, which is corner to corner. So I'm just going to pull a card, and we're going to have a look at the information that we get in the guidebook. It does have a matte, as you can see when I try to fan it, it does have a matte laminate, which does mean fanning can be a little bit difficult, but with the Lenormand system you would use you wouldn't fan it the same way anyway, you would use the whole deck. A lot of the time if you're doing like a grand tableau. With it being a big deck, you're going to need a lot of room to do a grand tableau. So we have the cross. So I'm going to look up the cross. 102. Okay, so cross, struggle, cross to bear, burden, guilt, devastation, grief, depression, religion, dogma, faith. So you get quite a lot of information. I'm not going to read all that because no one wants to listen to me just reading out of a book. But we have a lot here to digest about the cross. So we have, yeah, there's quite a lot of information. So talking about burdens and worry. Consider the cross as an intersection of faith and despair, victimization and victory. You build the foundation of your life upon the beliefs you hold in your conscious and unconscious mind. In servitude to those beliefs, your thoughts, feelings, and actions work to prove them true. You always have a choice, even in the face of destruction. So there's a lot here, and we have questions like, what empowers you? Can you choose a different response? All that kind of stuff. So I do like there is a lot of self-reflection in this beautiful guidebook. So that is the Lunar Nomad Oracle. My first impressions are the art is stunning. The guidebook is hella chunky. You got like a lot of information in there to really sink your teeth into. The box set is beautiful. The art, like I said, is exquisite. You will need a lot of space if you're going to be doing a grand tableau, but I really look forward to working with this deck because it is simply gorgeous. And it's by Shaheen Miro, as I mentioned before. I will pop a link of where you can get this. You can get this deck from Amazon, for example, as it's by Wiser. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.